Hi, I'm Gretchen. This is day 4, part 2 of the Servant Program. Today we're going to be talking about physical versus spiritual causes. And here's the first question. Who are your physical and spiritual causes? We have physical and spiritual causes. A general cause is a general physical cause, and that means he organized our physical bodies and our physical environment in the beginning. Since he has obtained sustainability in physical health, he can assist us in our journey to obtain it. So do you rely on your general physical cause for guidance in your physical desire obtainment process? Specific physical causes are our biological parents. We are physically born from them. Each of the systems of our body were created from a combination of a man's and a woman's gene pool. Specific physical causes take care of our physical needs that we cannot provide for ourselves in the different stages of our lives. Our specific physical causes can be balanced or imbalanced in their health. They inadvertently pass this on to us as an inheritance. Which of your physical strengths are inherited? Which of your physical weaknesses are inherited? A general cause is also a general spiritual cause. This means that in the beginning, he designed our spiritual bodies and organized our spiritual environment. Since he has obtained the greatest level of sustainability in spiritual health, he can assist us in our journey to obtain it. So do you rely on your general spiritual cause for guidance in your spiritual desire obtainment process? Specific spiritual causes have obtained a level of balance similar to the level we desire to obtain. So they interact with us at our inherent balance. And when we associate with them, we experience the sustainable joy. And so the relationship itself is sustainable. So we talked about this in day 3. So take a minute to remember. Who are your specific spiritual causes? Conflict arises when our specific physical causes are not also our specific spiritual causes. So are you unable to rely on your specific physical causes as your specific spiritual causes? We have physical and spiritual children. A general physical child is anyone and everyone who is a son or daughter of our general physical cause. It is anyone who has the desire for physical health. Conflict arises when we don't view others as our general brothers and sisters. We don't empathize with their desire for physical health. So do you empathize with the desires that others have for physical health? Specific physical children are our biological children. They have physically been born through us. Each of their body systems were created from a combination of our gene pool and our spouses. Because they cannot provide for themselves in one way or another, specific physical children are reliant on their specific physical causes in various stages of their lives. When gene pools are separated and combined continuously through generations, some of a child's resultant body systems deviate from that balance of our general cause's original design and organization. Our children inadvertently receive this as an inheritance. So, which of your child's physical strengths were inherited? Which of her physical weaknesses were inherited? A general spiritual child is a spiritual son or daughter of our general spiritual cause. We view all those who have the general desire for spiritual health as a brother or a sister. So, do you empathize with others in their desire for spiritual health? Conflict arises when we must associate with others who have not yet obtained spiritual health. Since all of us are still on our journey to obtain spiritual health, our general association with others promotes a degree of conflict and sorrow. So, are you experiencing sorrow or conflict in a relationship with those who have not yet obtained spiritual health? Specific spiritual children are those who have the desire to obtain a level of balance similar to our own. When we interact with them, we experience sustainable joy. The relationship itself is sustainable. Which of your children desire to obtain an inherent balance most similar to your own? Conflict arises when our physical child is not also our spiritual child. The reason for this resultant relationship imbalance is the combination between the child's inherent balance and our own. So, are you unable to be a specific spiritual cause for your physical child? A servant is one who strives to balance her physical and spiritual relationships. A servant relies on, is grateful for, and admires specific causes who choose to use their strengths to provide for her and for other children. Because of her foundational relationship with her general cause, as her exemplar, provider, teacher, and evaluator, she never has to resort to thoughts of entitlement and demanding that a specific cause take care of her needs against his will. She appreciates what he willingly provides for her. Have you developed your relationship with your general cause to a level that gives you the agency to never have to resort to thoughts of entitlement and demanding that specific causes take care of your needs against their will? Are you able to sincerely appreciate when your specific causes willingly provide for you? A servant recognizes that because of individual agency, relationships with specific causes can change over time. She cannot stop her own progression until she has arrived at her own desired level of balance. Thus, she dynamically allows specific physical causes to maintain their desired level of balance by interchanging the roles of cause and child accordingly. She remembers that her role as a cause is to sacrifice for her children. Enduring a specific physical cause's imbalance processing while maintaining an attitude of respect is one of the most difficult sacrifices a cause makes. So, are you able to interchange the roles of cause and child, even with your specific physical causes, while still maintaining an attitude of respect? A servant chooses her Creator as her general cause. She desires to identify His process to resolve conflicts and to obtain desires. She recognizes that her Creator has designed it, so there's no getting around relying on specific causes for her needs. She must learn to interact dynamically in all of her relationships. So, with her heart tuned in to her general cause's effects, she evaluates specific causes carefully, and she admires those who best approach and exemplify the general balance. Her awareness of which causes process like her general cause sharpens over time. So, is your awareness of which causes process more like your general cause sharpening over time? A servant does her best to obtain physical and spiritual health, but she realizes that conflicts will arise because of her own inherited imbalances and the general imbalances that exist in her environment. She knows that her general cause has purposefully planned it so that she resides in imbalance in order to obtain a greater level of spiritual balance. She remains allegiant to Him regardless of the struggles she is required to endure. So, are you remaining allegiant to your general cause regardless of the struggles you're required to endure? A servant teaches her children about this dynamic relationship between our general cause and specific causes, and then encourages them to process in the same way. She's grateful for her strengths and chooses to use them to provide for both her general and specific children. She fully accepts her responsibility to stand as an example for them and has compassion on their evident need of her. Because she teaches them how to develop a relationship with their general cause, they learn not to resort to thoughts of entitlement and demanding. They learn to appreciate what their specific causes willingly provide for them, and then turn to their general cause for what they can't. So, are you teaching your children about their general cause? Are you using your strengths to be an example to and provide for your children? Do you recognize how much they need you? A servant strives to be patient with children who do not desire to reside at the same level of balance as she does. Instead, she seeks to identify their inherent balance and assist them at that level, and this is hard. She desires to empathize with the desires of all those who she associates with. This is a work in progress. She is able to understand that most have not yet obtained their desired level of balance. They haven't obtained spiritual health yet, which means they will lack complete awareness of the exact general balance. She allows for their imbalance, whatever it is, by maintaining hers as best she can, even when it hurts. Are you developing the strength of empathy?